Welcome to the third best of 5 of the evening. We're on Defender's Landing, fighting against each other. We have Poizon as our green Protoss spawning to the top right hand corner, and WyScion as our purple Zerg spawning in the bottom left. Poizon starting with a pylon in order to seal off her main entrance towards her base. We've seen one game so far on Defender's Landing this day, with the important cooling towers you might want to break down so that it will only leave this entrance towards your natural base, at least for quite some time. And we can see that WyScion wants to go a little bit cheeky here by going for an early cheese, having the extractor almost up and the spawning pool right behind it. Poizon will scout it, and then the question will be how she's going to react. There's the information. Let's see what the reaction will be. 2 gateways already in production, so not that bad of a start anyways. Zealot already in production, knowing that she needs something in order to close that gap pretty soonish. But WyScion, after being blocked with a pylon over here, taking her natural base at the 3rd base location while sending the overlords into position. So gap will be closed in no time. First 6 lings on the way. Cybernetics core far from being done. Poizon has to be careful, not quite certain. Well, it looks as if this zealot is actually positioned absolutely correctly, but if you have a look from here, it looks as if there was a small little gap there. So let's see. I think it would be wise to just produce a few more units, knowing how WyScion started. WyScion actually delaying her push a little bit, wants to take out that pylon down here, so this is in no way whatsoever an all-in at any time, especially after being scouted. WyScion knows that she's already dealt a little bit of indirect damage and doesn't want to overcommit here, just apply a little bit of pressure there. With Poizon, well, you cannot really say overreacting, you can only say overreacting from our point of view, because we have all the information gathered. But yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Poizon, of course, being very afraid of a potential cheese incoming, so she rather wants to have more units. But all of these units, of course, cost resources and delay her own base for quite a bit. So, as I said, WyScion, by just producing a few lings early on and not overcommitting, has already dealt some sort of indirect damage towards her Protoss opponent. So now finally the lings arrive, realize that there's not much they can do since there are so many units around. Cooling tower will be taken down, and only then will Poizon start with her own base, while WyScion will take the 3rd base right behind it. So more and more depths incoming, but of course WyScion has to be careful for the counterattack. After seeing that so many units have already been out, she might actually want to have some more units out in order something comes, but of course she would always see if that happens, since she has the Overlord in place. So once Poizon actually wanted to move out, WyScion would easily spot that and could still react in time. So base going down for Poizon. Has a pylon in place to seal off this area later on, if need be. And there are the lings once more. Will not get through here, but might want to nibble away at these debris here. No, not quite. Just wanted to get in, but the path is closed. And you shall not pass. Roadhorn almost done. Plus the lair in the making, and an evolution chamber right behind it. So we might actually see a nice little crisp roach timing there. Extractor being taken. Yeah, mostly roaches it seems. We only have 2 extractors so far. Mining. So not that much gas for Ravagers. Or maybe it's just the safety rotor. No, there they are, for roaches. Okay, Link's actually getting inside. Ugh, a little bit of a blunder there by Poizon, but very nice force field, making up for the mistake at the front. But now the Zealot gets moved into position. WyScion getting a good scout over everything that she wants to see. Third base not saturated at all, but like I said, WyScion of course also needs a few units, just in case, and also an Overseer, because she knows that Poizon has a certain reputation for playing a Protoss unit that is cloaked and ruling over all of them. So, having only a few roaches, just in case something was headed her way, will now transition into a Hydralisk Den. Could be just pure Roach Hydra, but more likely I think we will see a few Lurkers later on. In the meantime, saturating this base like crazy, with a lot of drones right behind it, feeling very comfortable with the roaches she has out, and the scouting of the units she's seen so far. So a lot of upgrades also in the making, the muscular augments. So it seems as if we will indeed see a few more Hydras there, and maybe Lurkers only later on. She's probably afraid of a 2-base timing attack, and therefore she doesn't really want to wait for Lurkers because they might actually come too late. So she rather wants to have a few roaches in front with the damage dealing, powerful DPS dealers in the Hydras right behind it. Taking a fourth, or as we speak, even before the 7-minute mark. Wow. While Poizon is preparing everything for a decisive 2-base timing push, and there we have the Dark Shrine. Probably mostly not for DTs, but for Archons. Pylons being placed down, so it seems as if Poizon eventually wants to take a third behind this. Preparing a defensive position already. And there we have a few roaches and a few Hydras moving forwards, probably just to test the waters here. Yeah, not much you can do here, but we'll take out like a unit or two even. But yeah, I think in the long run she cannot really break through here, especially not with these two pylons around here. Wants to take out that Overseer, that Observer here. Yeah, WyScion, nice micro here. Just trying to shave off whatever unit she can get. But Poizon sees everything and sees that more reinforcements are streaming towards her third base. So she plans down another gateway to just make these rooms a little bit smaller. And a photon cannon as well, but the photon cannon again will get taken out before he can even get up. And with more and more Hydras out, the DPS of this army gets really frightening. Therefore Poizon has to be careful. 134 supply to 88. 3 DTs being morphed in, and some DTs being sent across the map, but there's an Overseer just in time. And bam, taken out. That was a really heavy loss there actually for Poizon, using these two very valuable units. So, Immortal unfortunately standing too far in front. It's only Stalkers and one Immortal now fighting the heavy DPS of the Hydralisks that WyScion provides here. Taking out the gateway over here, running in with more Hydras into the base. Poizon retreats as far back as she can, trying to make the best of this hold, but unfortunately it's just too much spitting there. Standing right inside her third base. Third base will fall, and that is already a very heavy blow for a Protoss player here. Yeah, can even take out that pylon here if she wanted. Totally forgetting about that Hydralisk, it seems, is WyScion. Or maybe, no, she just, after she realizes that there's nothing to attack her and walks up a ramp, she sees that there are actually not that many army units in here anymore. So she just starts shooting at these buildings from below here. Nothing that Poizon can do against it. She doesn't have anything to reach the Hydras and no AoE to speak of. So dealing with these Hydras will become more and more problematic, and that is actually why WyScion is not even producing any more meat for her army, because she knows the sheer mass and DPS power of Hydras. I mean, this is like a huge marine force inside the base, and WyScion takes the first map. Sequencer is Poizon's map of choice. GLHF lettuce leaf. That's an interesting reading. So, Poizon obviously wants to seal off this area as quickly as possible in order to take that base. Spawning pool and an early extractor once more for WyScion. So WyScion again wants to ramp up the aggression here. Seems as if she wants to make good use of the wide open opening towards the natural base and that there's no ramp in order to break through before Poizon can even establish a proper defense. So Poizon comes in, good scout by her, sees everything immediately, and again, the question is how will she respond? She has to seal off the area here immediately. Otherwise, she could just suffer the same fate that Koshki had to suffer in her games against QB. So, just waiting for the minerals to arrive, and then we'll completely seal off everything, even with a forge! Oh, that is so Wings of Liberty and HOTS. Well, not quite. If it was HOTS or Wings of Liberty, you would have built this forge right away. But, of course, and WyScion knows this, a forge opening and cannons at the entrance do not really keep a Zerg from getting inside your base. For example, you could just chew through these rocks, which will take some time, but you will get through eventually. Or, of course, you could also use overlords in order to drop and pass by this stupid little wall here. And then there's also this debris over here, but of course you don't want to attack into it when there's a cannon firing at you. So, but right now we have a few Zerglings here, and if that cannon actually takes a little bit more time, then these lings might just break through anyways, before the photon cannon can actually even get up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's not supposed to happen. And that will probably be game-ending damage already. Very, very unfortunate here for Poizon, but she does not have anything in place. No cybernetics core, no mothership core here to help. Sending down all the probes, trying to fight against them. Oh, the tears, the tears. It is a sad ending. GG. And WyScion takes a quick 2-0. Abyssal Reef is our third map. We have Psystorm's Poison spawning to the bottom right. And All Inspirations by WyScion to the top left. And WyScion tries to become the filthiest player in FSL. Well, good chances, since Suno is not playing this season. Nah. Just making fun of you, Suno. So, what do we see this time around? Two drones making their way. One moving straight and the other one around. It might actually be yet another double proxy hatchery build. WyScion is known for this. Yeah, Poizon realizes there's nothing here. No gas, no pool. And I saw a drone moving out. If Poizon watched the other games, yeah, I think she already knows that. Sending out the probe, realizing that this drone was probably up to something, but is maybe not expecting this other one here. So there goes down the first proxy hatch. And yeah, we've seen it again and again. Opponents have gone down to this build. Even our mighty champion of the last season lost to this. So let's see what Poizon can actually do and how she's going to react. If you've never faced this before, and even if you faced this and have never played against this, it might be tricky to deal with. But Poizon doing a good opening so far, producing zealots like crazy and trying to deny this hatchery with probes, but is of course losing a lot of mining time in the process. So this one zealot working over here. We have the Overlord coming. And in the meantime, the extractor and spawning pool have been set. Poizon knows this if she had time to watch. and is not too occupied with taking all of these down. So sending in the probes back to mining denied this hatchery over here, will probably even deny this one, but WyScion will of course just let these zealots work a little bit more on them, and then will probably cancel it just at the very last moment and keep it away. So proxy hatch denied so far, except for this one. But it seems as if Poizon will not fall for it. Nah. What are you trying to do there?
Enemy is attacking your probes.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. And we see that Poizon is actually using the Alarak announcer. Please no, please no. You killed my probe, and now you die. That is revenge. And the carnage is going to continue, I can promise you that. That was my favorite. Ooh, shots fired. Oh, harsh loss. So, of course, WyScion in the meantime got another hatch up at home. That little push, of course, cost her a little bit, but she's made a roach horn behind it as well, and is now going into the roach horn afterwards. Why would you send your favorite to scout, though? Good question. But yeah, we want to be supportive to our drones and probes and give them all the possibilities. So that is probably something that Poizon is not expecting straight away, but I don't really see her losing against this as well. She has 4 zealots out, and yes, these are slow zealots, but these are also slow roaches, and a zealot actually beats a roach in a one-on-one if nothing gets microed. We also have a stalker out here, we have a mothership core in place as well, plus a pylon, so I don't think this roach movement should actually accomplish all too much. Poizon will get out her base, but of course WyScion is already going into a base herself. Yeah, some people might think that this must have actually cost her a lot. Yeah, this will not accomplish a lot. Ooh, even nice getting the force field here, keeping these from retreat, but there's Burrow behind it. I totally forgot to check the tab, but yeah, that's what WyScion usually does, going for the proxy hatch with Burrow. And that is of course a mean thing now, because these roaches just heal up so quickly and can now just attack again and burrow again. And Poizon has to always use the energy of the mothership core up again and again. So yeah, very annoying here, very annoying. Just letting all of these roaches heal up, unburrow and attack once more, and just burrowing one at a time if the units actually get close. Poizon does not have a robotics facility close by, and she does not even have a forge, so there's no way to actually deal with these cloaked units early on. And yeah, I forgot about this totally. You always have to be aware if you see a double proxy hatch built by WyScion that this usually goes with Burrow, so you have to account for that. Koshki even asked for it after she had lost her game against this strategy. So layer incoming as well. We have 2 evolution chambers and 42 drones right behind it. So yeah, this is very potent and actually fairly strong. So Spore Crawl is being built just in case her opponent might go into DTs. Because again, you always have to think about how your opponent might come back, and DTs suddenly streaming inside your main base would be a way. So yeah, just on burrowing, dealing little damage here and there. But the Robo is out now. Ooh, actually going for an Immortal there. Oh no, there's the Observer, never mind. And now finally, all of these will get cleared up. Sweet cries of the opponent. Always what you want to hear. But Poizon did a good job holding all of this. Is behind now on workers a little bit, because she was pretty stressed out, of course. Dealing with all of that pressure, and actually pretty unusual pressure there. More pressure to come with the few lings over here. WyScion putting down a changeling, and well, just having a few lings over here might actually send them in towards the third, but she knows that there's no third due to the help of the changeling. And Poizon again trying to pump out a few units while saturating her bases, taking her out with gases. But the question is, where does she want to go from here? The setup is way better than in the other 2 games so far. She actually could get her base up, and WyScion was not able to deny it from her, but she goes into the Hydralisk Den once more, so it's probably going to be a Hydra-based push again. We will see if she eventually wants to go right into Lurkers, or if she just wants to go for the Hydras again. She really likes her Hydra timings. Phoenix hallucinated, flying across, seeing everything that there is to see. Did she get the... No, probably did not get the Hydralisk Den though. Or did she? No, did not. So, Lynx incoming, after seeing that there's a Nexus being built. Wants to deny it, of course. Don't know if she will be able to. Unfortunately, that's not a full wall, and a lot of Lynx will stream inside the natural base. There's at least a photon cannon here that will buy her some time, but of course that was what WyScion was only waiting for, luring all of the units away from the third base, wanting to take it down. In the meantime, we have Lynx just attacking everywhere, tearing down the cannon in the main base, tearing down the cannon in the natural base, and now this one Link, because not intended, can actually even kill a few more of those. But of course, very important for Poizon is to hold this third. That's a really important move for her, but of course losing 21 probes behind it is not what she wanted to have happened. But yeah, that was a really tough attack there by WyScion, streaming in everywhere. Very unfortunate that that was not a full block, or that there weren't any zealots or adepts in place in order to keep this entrance defended. This could have looked totally different if there hadn't been this gap in the wall. And in the meantime, following the good old rule of expanding while attacking, WyScion has taken a fourth. And it's looking a bit grim, dear Poizon fans, because it's 135 supply to 80. Poizon kinda okay in the army department, but very, very low on workers here. I mean, she now has 3 chrono boosted Nexus in order to get her worker count up again, but it's still going to take some time. And in the meantime, of course, WyScion, who's already on her drone count, on the desired drone count, can just put everything into army and will probably just get far ahead in time. So, Templar Archives on the way, but probably a little bit too late. Storm would be so useful against. He's actually getting all the AoE damage at once. Robotics Bay also being in production. But, I don't know, this just might barely come too late. There's another photon cannon over here and a pylon, but I think the mothership core is out of position. So it will not be here to participate in the fight, because the pylon will probably be taken down before photon overcharge can even be cast. So Observer might be taken out as well, but it does not really matter. This force does not stand a chance against this sheer mass of Hydra. Unless, of course, WyScion messes up a little bit her micro, but she does not. Yeah, anti-forces go down. Overwhelming forces there of Zerg. Just not enough Protoss forces here in order to kill what's headed her way. The third got taken down. The natural will fall as well. GG! And WyScion takes the series 3-0.